Superintendent Biocurity ordering hamburgers. I thought hamburgers to clap.
Alright, just got the green light that we are live. Hello, Retro Gaming Live TV, chat, and everyone else that is watching somewhere unknown. I'm Ebloodycandy, and this time around I'll be showing you Sailor Moon R, but not the RPG version, just the arcadey level piece of it, question mark? Since I don't know Japanese and I can't play the adventure mode. So yeah, let's dive right in. No need to start the timer yet, because we have about 14 menus we need to get through. Alright, let's choose our sailor. We obviously choose the best one, which is Ray. And we will start in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Alright, so Sailor Moon Type R on easy mode, which is the category that we are playing this time around, is your quintessential hold right and avoid pits. Everything does about 1 heart of damage to you, so it's pretty whatever to take damage through here. If you want to shoot the floating ladies, you can shoot and jump. Otherwise, if you just stop and just shoot, your character just stops walking in general. If we pick up those hearts, they actually do give us some health back, but we kind of just don't care about health because we get this cake right here at the end of each level that fills up our health. So here we are into the first boss fight. So what you're going to see here happen is that whenever the boss is in iframes, they can't hurt us. So what we're going to try and do is manipulate that movement so that Ray can just walk through the boss without taking any additional damage whatsoever. And just like that, the first boss is down. This stage is fun. As far as I know, I'm the only person to ever figure out how to screen wrap this stage, and I have not been able to replicate it since. And neither has anyone else in the world. But there is a screen wrap in this stage. It's just a matter of understanding how to trigger it, and it's something with jumping and being on one of those elevators. So this stage here, we're going to take a crap ton of damage up until the very end, just like every other stage that we'll see in this game. You'll notice here that the jumping isn't great. It's actually pretty floaty, and it allows you to jump backwards a lot of times, which sometimes can just end up being your biggest enemy. So here we got some cake at the end of this stage again, and moving on to boss number 2. So this boss is probably the second hardest boss. He's going to drop down and drop a barrel on our head, and then try and jump into us. Since we're taking all these iframes from the barrel, the initial fireball doesn't hurt us at all. So we're not getting double hit at least. So it's just a lot of staying out of his hitbox so we don't take additional damage, and then just watching him drop over dead. You'll see a rose get dropped down every time that we initiate a boss fight. That is an extra life. So every time that you fight a boss, you'll end up getting an extra guy. What else is there really to say about this game? You have 5 sailors to choose from. Pick your poison. They all do the exact same thing. They all hold right, and they all shoot some sort of projectile out. Not one sailor is stronger than the other. They're all the same. They just look a little bit different on the screen. So, as we progress through the stage here, I collect these chunky things. I don't know what they're supposed to be. But the game does offer something called a hard mode as well, too. Where the hard mode is actually pretty difficult. We're going to have one of these ladies run behind us here real soon. That drops a cake. That does have a hard mode, and the hard mode in this game is actually pretty challenging, as a lot of enemies do a ton of damage to you, and you actually have to understand boss mechanics. Otherwise, if you don't understand the boss mechanics, the bosses just tear through your health bar because they do about a third of your health per hit. Hard mode in this game is not super marathon friendly yet, just simply because we haven't found a way to manipulate a lot of the patterns yet. So in this stage here, this stage is relatively simple. We have these people that kind of just like jump up at you. If you just like stutter step in front of them, they'll end up jumping over you 99% of the time. And the mermaid people only swing at you whenever they feel like it. These spiky things here only do 1 heart of damage, but they give you a heart immediately afterwards. So you just walk through it. It's not a big deal. Here we gotta be a little bit careful and time our jump just right. Otherwise, if we jump too early, we'll just fall into a pit and die. Not the end of the world, it just puts us back at the start of the stage. Alright, so no Q cutscene this time around. This is probably the hardest boss in the run. I was hoping we didn't get him up in the air. So this man here spawns these little mermaids, and then he'll shoot some lasers off. And we want to hope to not get him up in the air, because once he's in the air, he doesn't want to behave. And the only way to get him down is to shoot him while he is Superman flying across the top of the screen. Typically, you can just take the punishment from one of the mermaids that we did there, and just keep him going. But for safety's sake, I take out both of the mermaids, whatever they are, and hope for the best, essentially. So here we're in an odd stage where we still have to go right, but this is probably the first stage that we'll have to encounter where we actually go up and then into a different stage now instead of going directly into a boss stage. Which I don't understand why they have this, because once we jump these 3 platforms, we're immediately into a boss fight. Because this stage is essentially stage 1, just with slightly harder jumps. Don't worry, chat, there'll be a cake coming up again soon. See? I never steer you away, chat. So there's no enemies in that stage at all. And here we're in here where this guy is throwing basically dust balls around. If your timing is good enough, you can hit him before he goes up in the air and does a dropping knee. But again, it's just mashing the bosses down until they fall over. And down he goes. And that is time. Congratulations, that is Sailor Moon, easy mode. And yeah, maybe next time we'll do hard mode. But it's essentially the same game.